Tesla can't catch a break, down about 5.5% today. And we know the stock has sold off drastically in the past couple of weeks. And we did a pretty damn good job in the beginning of staying away, not looking to buy the dip. And it really wasn't until this pullback to 330 that this started to pique our curiosity. We've seen price continue to sell off over the past week and a half. And then finally, as of yesterday, March 5th, we saw that daily BX make higher lows. And this was giving us an indication that price would maybe bounce back to 300, 325, or 340 before, unfortunately, one more sell-off. And the worst case scenario here actually happened. Price sold off, price hit a lower low, the BX closed with a lower low, which is an indication of weakness. And it looks like worst case scenario, we can see that pull back to maybe $225. If we zoom out to this weekly chart, you're going to see that we're still holding bullish structure. The reason that we became bullish on Tesla in the first place back in May and June is because price broke over this resistance level. We saw buying on the BX trender, and this was our main reason to get into Tesla. You can see over the past couple of years, we really didn't start trading Tesla until end of May, early June, and it was for that specific reason. Once structure broke, you can see that we're no longer making lower lows and lower highs, but instead higher lows and higher highs. And just because Tesla's at an extreme discount where we are right now does not mean that it has to bounce. In most cases, we want to see that weekly chart make a higher low or a higher high. This has been our indication and reasoning when we bought that breakout in May, June, July, and also that breakout again in October, November, December. And that has yet to happen on Tesla as of right now. Now, for those of you, and including myself, who are trying to time this bottom a bit, what I've been looking for is higher lows on the daily BX to hopefully catch this bottom early and then play that sustained breakout to eventually watch the weekly make a higher low and then play this for the next 6 to 10 months up to maybe $550 to $600. Now, the issue with this is while you get much better risk versus reward than waiting for that weekly BX, you also run the risk of just getting in and timing too early of an entry. But we know that losing isn't really an issue. I mean, on Tesla alone, we only have a 65% win rate in total, $1.7 million profit, which is huge. And you can see we have a profit factor of 6 with an RVR of 3 to 1. That is a very healthy risk versus reward with a pretty damn good win rate. And that's all that matters. Like, at the end of the day, that's why I don't care about coming on here, sharing my trades with you guys, and then people commenting, oh, you lost, or what happened to this? Well, bro, I lose all the time. Like, I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about losing. I don't know where we came into this expectation in this world that we shouldn't be losing, especially when it comes to trading. And I've done this like 100 times over, but we're going to do it again today. Let's just take a look at my 1 hour trading bot. The entry requirements are so simple: price over the 11, price over the 50, 14 RSI increase, 2% take profit, 4% stop loss. Super simple. Trading this over the past 8 years, we would have made a 6,790% return with a 70% win rate. I want you to understand how freaking cracked that is. But here's the more important aspect to this. Even with this type of return, even with this amazing setup, we still would have experienced losses. We still would have experienced a loss streak of 5 in a row that were losers. And we would have experienced a 41% max drawdown. Realize that with this massive return and this winning system, we would still have lost 41% in a max drawdown. That means that, let's say our account went from 50K to 100K in the past year. A 41% drawdown means we went from 100 grand to $59,000. And think about this. How many of you, this is including myself when I started out trading, would continue to stick with that? How many people would actually be able to sustain that type of drawdown? And the thing is, like, not that you shouldn't experience that. It's the fact that your expectations are just messed up. If you came to me, or if you came to a profitable trader and you said, hey, is a 20%, 30%, 40% drawdown normal? Well, with an actual system, not just over leveraging all of your positions, but following an actual system, then yes, that is normal. And so, really, it's just shedding a light and changing the expectations that we have about trading. And the problem is, that's not fucking sexy because with proper trading, you can't be right all of the time. You can't live this life on the internet of untouchable, getting everything right, boom, boom, snipers. Like, you can't do that. And you guys see with me, like, I really feel that the big reason we've been able to amass such a big following is the fact that I'm just authentic and I'm fucking wrong. And I just own it. It's just weird. It's a superpower. I don't know. But my whole point being that if you had the proper expectations, instead of these expectations that the internet portrays to you, you would understand that everything we are experiencing at this point is normal. And if we zoom into how the portfolio would have done or would have looked over the past 8 years, you're going to see there were plenty of times, not just days, not just weeks, sometimes months, where we were down but eventually we always made it back. But the problem is that all of this, as simple as it is, goes against number one, our human nature naturally, and number two, against society and society's pressures. Because nobody in your life tells you, go ahead and fail, go ahead and lose money, take all that money that you've worked so fucking hard for and just be okay with losing it. Nobody tells you that because we live in a world where everyone's supposed to save, everyone's supposed to work harder, everyone's supposed to do all these things. You're not supposed to lose money, you're not supposed to look like an idiot, you're not supposed to fail publicly, you're supposed to be perfect. And the people who really do this, the people who really live this life, they know that's bullshit. They know it's complete bullshit. They know the only way that you get good at something is by failing at it. They know that losing, no matter how ironclad your system is just a part of the game. And so they don't let it get to them. They don't give a shit when people are saying that they're idiots. They don't let it affect them. And I don't let it affect me. And are there days and are there weeks where I'm experiencing drawdowns that I just sit there and I'm like, sucks. Of course there is. But that's also why when I'm up massive, I don't attach myself to those gains and I don't attach myself to those numbers because in 6 months I could be experiencing a significant drawdown, or in 6 months I could double my money. But that has taken me nearly a decade to get used to. And that's what I try to explain to people is the mechanics of trading are so simple, but sticking to this is so rough. Now, to end this video, I think that Tesla is nearing a bottom, but we need the daily BX to show some sign of higher lows once again. Hopefully from there, flipping the weekly BX. If you just want to be patient, if you want to wait for the actual bottom, then sit back and wait for that weekly BX to finally show higher lows. Probably won't be for a couple of weeks. If you want to get access to these indicators so that you can follow this on your own and learn my two-step trading system for free, just go check out our free course library. Link is in the description. Recommend starting with the Elite Trader Playbook. And if you want to get access to all of my trading bots, all my real-time trade alerts, as well as all of our private indicators, you can join our Discord community. Link is in the description. I do recommend that you've been trading for at least 1 year already, or you've taken all of the free courses. The link to that will be down in the description. You can use the code BX50 to start for 50% off your first month.